Hello,
Hi.
and we are live for the first time, actually live.
Live. Today we're gonna talk about Kalos. The end.
Okay, Kalos, X and Y.
Yeah, the question I always ask is why.
Well, you know what? I'm drawing a blank here. This is the very first time we're talking about a Pokemon title, and I'm just completely drawing a blank. Like, there's nothing about this region or game that stands out outside of the Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution is sick.
Frokeline is cool.
I actually really like the starters.
Yeah, the starter lines are cool.
Even though Delphox is complete garbage and will never be used, I do think that all of the designs were really original.
Actually, I use Delphox a lot in Pokemon Go.
The characters are designed on RPG roles.
Yes.
Delphox is a mage, fire mage.
True.
You have the Froakie line, which becomes a water-based assassin, and then you have Chestnut, and he becomes a
Tank.
grass-based tank
He's a tank, yeah.
with a unique move, which is better than Protect.
That's true.
So outside of the starters, what is there? What is there to talk about?
It's basically Kanto Light,
Facts. Facts.
basically.
We have Team Flare, which is not even half as cool as Team Rocket. Lysander is pretty cool though.
He's pretty cool. I mean, Viridian Force is literally in the game. Same layout, also. Almost.
Wait, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, it's literally the first place you go.
Speaking of clones, there's a Mewtwo in the game.
Yes, in a cave that's less exciting than the original game. You also get a Gen 1 starter from the Professor.
Which just confirms this is a red and blue rehash.
Basically, yes. Also. Let's see. What else can we talk about Kalos?
Well, the Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, those are cool.
Mega Evolutions are pretty cool. We've said this while prepping, but I'm gonna reiterate this right now. The Mega Evolution thing is super cool, but with a new Pokemon game comes new Pokemon designs, and the new design should always be on the very front row.
Yeah, I feel so too.
Well, guess what? The Kanto starter got a Mega,
But
the
the
actual
Kalos
starters
starters,
didn't.
no. Although they added one later, well, it's not really a Mega Evolution, but in Sun and Moon you get the DLC, or not the DLC, the pre-game.
Yeah.
And there you can get Ash Greninja, which they revamped now in Scarlet and Violet as obsolete.
Well, yeah. Well, they removed Battle Bond. You can still
Yeah.
get Ash Greninja, I believe, but they removed the Battle Bond. You just can't use it anymore.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like it anymore. It doesn't have the transformation, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I played X and Y. I finished the story. Did maybe a little bit of battle muzzle at the end, but I don't think I don't even think I reached the 40-hour mark.
me neither. I stopped caring. Honestly, I finished the storyline. That's it.
And I think it's just a shame because Kalos has a lot of amazing, cool new designs. Like we talked about the starters, but like I thought this was there's Honedge, the Honedge line.
That one's cool.
I really like it. Like competitively, like Aegis Slash was huge.
The shiny's cool too.
Multiple different builds that could be used, but the line itself is also just really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Do you guys remember the Sea Spirit Den? If you check it on the map, it says that the master of the legendary birds rests in this particular place. And when you go there, there's nothing there.
Nope. He left.
So I thought, I actually was thinking, how about they're probably gonna use this for an event later in the game's
Most likely,
life.
yeah.
But no, nothing like that ever happens. You can proc one of the 3 birds to spawn there, I believe.
Yeah.
Like if you kill the roaming bird, he spawns in the Sea Spirit's Den. Then you can catch him, and that's it.
You know more than me. I never tried.
Well,
That's how much I cared.
Well, I read about it on online, so I
okay.
didn't actually get that far. I thought the story was pretty cool. Lysander, we talked about this in our Evil Teams video, but the Lysander plot twists can be seen from the very first time he's on screen. I thought that was a bit sad, but
True.
I did like his. I did like that he like this guy is rich, but really doesn't like. Now that I think about it, it's not even that cool because they literally reused Cyrus's motivation. He wants to destroy the world, but instead of creating a new universe, he wants to do it with an ancient Pokemon weapon powered by lives of Pokemon. So he's just a dick and he needs to be stopped.
Yeah, basically. That's basically it.
And then you catch the legendary, which he uses to power the machine. And that's it, I think.
Yeah, that's why I started with, let's talk about Kalos, the end. Because we don't
Yeah.
have much to tell, actually. Because it's,
There is no post game.
there's no post-game.
There's no side content, I think. Outside, like, there's the Battle Muzzle, which you can keep doing endlessly, just like the Battle Tower. But you can't really call that a post game, I feel.
I never did it. I just didn't care.
Well, I actually like things like the Battle Frontier. Like right now, I'm one gold symbol off in Pearl, and in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I only need one more golden medal, I think. And when I will have completed like the Battle Frontier, I really like the difficulty. But yeah, there's nothing like that in X and Y.
No, they tried to hash a lot of old things like Snorlax with a poke flute, stuff like that. There was a berry farm, but who really uses that? What else? There's a museum.
I mean, you know, what I hate about these berry farms that they keep trying to push. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, they give you the berry pots. And that is just the absolute best way ever to cultivate berries, and it will never be as good as anything else, to be honest.
No, I think they with X and Y they kind of missed the mark, which they tried to fix in Sun and Moon later.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. It was like a transition period because they also had the remakes of Omega Ruby of Sapphire,
Yeah.
which was highly successful. Which also weird because that game had the megas for the starters, but this one didn't.
Yeah.
It felt
You
unfinished
introduce a
again.
new mechanic, and the actual starters, which are usually the Pokemon you use until the end, cannot use that mechanic. And then there's even Mega Evolution just completely broke the game.
Yeah.
The moment you receive Mega Lucario, the entire game becomes a joke. Like almost no one else. Like they fixed that in the Oros remakes.
Yes.
Like every major character got a Mega. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, true.
But like the moment you received Mega Lucario, you would close combat, one hit everything.
It's too easy.
And like I said in our last video, the moment you have to choose to not use a game mechanic because otherwise it breaks the game, that's bad game design.
I agree. It's a shame because the designs for the megas are pretty cool, I would say.
I love them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Pokemon that otherwise do not get as much love and care, like Mega Kangaskhan, for example. Like I really didn't expect that Pokemon to receive a Mega Evolution.
No.
I thought it was pretty cool. Like wow, the baby actually fights along with you now. And guess what? It's completely broken because now the Pokemon can use 2 moves in the same turn.
Yeah.
So like I remember like half of the Megas was immediately banned from competitive play because it just completely broke the game.
Yeah.
And then they released Mega Rayquaza, for which they had to make a new tier on Smogon because it was too broken. Like nothing in the game could beat it, so it had to be in a tier of its own.
Yeah, but also that one mechanic, the megas, they still use it in, for example, Pokemon Go, Let's Go. You know, they rehashed it a few times, but people still want it to come back, even though we have all the other stuff like Z moves and Dynamax and all that stuff.
We should do a video on mechanics like the Dynamaxing and the Mega Evolutions.
On the next episode of Pokemon Ramble.
Yeah. Okay, so in short, like the Megas are super cool. I think it's a super valuable addition, and for like even though it made competitive Pokemon pretty stale because there was a list of good evolution megas and there was a list of bad, and there were just like Mega Beedrill was super cool, and I think in Auras he was added, but it just never saw any play because the typing is just absolute. Okay, I'm not gonna say this because I want to keep it PG.
Trash.
Garbage. But which I don't understand because they have already commented on changing typing with Mega Evolutions. Like they, for example, Mega Sceptile becomes Grass Dragon. You know,
Gyarados dark type.
Water Dark. Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, they do change typings on Megas,
Well,
and
not
for
all, though.
some reason they like the Pokemon that absolutely need it most, like Mega Beedrill, they just leave them out to dry, and you just like which is such a shame because the design is so cool.
It's true, but I feel like it's the bug types because Mega Pinsir is the same thing. I think.
I mean, there was Mega Heracross, which actually saw use, but
True.
like of course, Mega Heracross had a quadruple weakness into flying, but I thought that was pretty much the only weakness that he had.
Pretty much.
Well, outside of fire and stuff.
And Psychic.
But usually you're fast enough to just kill anything anyway.
True, but well, Kalos is based on the region of France, of course.
Or country.
Country, right? Yeah, the region. The Eiffel Tower was pretty cool. What they did with Lumia City.
I mean, the entire map actually looks like France, and I really like that. I mean, they had like their own rendition of Le Havre, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the game actually looked pretty cool. There were chateaus, like an actual France. There was a ton of woods. Brings me to my next point of complaint. The map is super linear.
Yes.
There's literally only the road to the next town. There's nothing else.
Also, your friends in the game are not doing much. They're just steering you to the right direction.
I mean, not even. Like, you start your journey and you are led to believe that you and your 4 friends, plus your rival, so it's actually 5, are all going on this grand adventure together. And you see them, like...
Twice.
Each of them
Yes.
gets, like, 2 minutes of screen time. Here, I give you this item, which you need to progress. And you'll never see me again.
You battle them, like, twice or so as well, so it's not like they are there.
Yeah.
They try to make the idea that they're there with you, but I think only one scene that you see them walking around, like 1 or 2 scenes where they're walking around freely with you.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's the forest, and I think after the berry farm, I think when you go to the other city, they are walking around with you, kind of. But that's it. They're not really there.
I mean, but I also don't, like, as I just explained, they don't feel like characters.
No.
Hey, you need this HM to progress, so I'm gonna give it to you, and that's the only reason I exist.
Yeah, it's basically an anime filler character. After they've, I talked about it with my girlfriend about it, the Yu-Gi-Oh characters, you know, after they fulfill their purpose, they're just cheerleaders.
They're just tossed. Yeah, exactly. They're just
They're
tossed.
just cheerleaders. They're just standing there. Like Duke Devlin, for example, the guy with the dices. Like, he had an arc, and then suddenly he's like a cheerleader.
But he actually had a really cool arc. Like in the manga, it's even better.
Yeah.
He gets to get a pretty cool arc, gets redeemed, and after that, he just follows everyone else. And he does get a few pretty cool scenes in the manga, but because of violence, they had to remove all of those from the anime.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. In the anime universe, it doesn't happen.
No. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame.
Okay. I really noticed we're running out of steam pretty quickly on this topic. How about we just give a final verdict now? Like, I don't see any reason to talk more about Kalos than we need to. Like, the games, I feel like the general opinion is that the games are pretty bad. They're really bare bones. You don't usually put a lot of time in them. So I don't feel like we have to give this video more bloat than it has to.
No, I think basically what I said in the intro.
The end.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we have for now, folks. That's all.
Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, what do we give this game? What do we give these games?
I would say
maybe we should do. We can do it like last time. Like we sum up the positive things, then we weigh them up against the negative ones, and then we come out.
Yeah, let's say Mega Evolution is cool. The map design of Lumia City is cool. Lysander was a cool character, I would say. The starters were nice.
Yeah,
What are based on?
starters were really unique, and outside of the they're all double types, which I always support.
It's true. None is falling off the boat, except for Delphox, but that's another story. Which I do use in Pokemon Go, so technically I'm still using it. But if I look at the starter lineup, if you compare to other starter lineups, they're okay.
I think design wise they are really unique and they fill their niche really well instead of the fourth firefighting type.
Exactly. So I would say that's cool. What else can I say positive about it? Technically, you can put all the Pokemons before that generation in the game.
Yeah, facts.
So-
Yeah, but it's just kind of like Sun and Moon. Like you can, if you would like to, you can move all the Pokemon you have into said game. But the game itself already has a really solid roster of you to build a team from.
True.
I think Ultra Sun and Moon. Okay, we're going off topic now, but I think Ultra Sun and Moon already has like 400 Pokemon in it.
Also, they never made Z.
Oh yeah, true. Everyone was thinking that we must be getting like a perfect
Z.
version like Emerald and stuff.
Like Zygarde.
It has to be about Zygarde. It's gonna be called Z because there's an XYZ in all the axes, and it just never came.
So it felt like it was rushed to the next one.
I mean, it was rushed, but then there's Nintendo or Game Freak also saying we're not gonna make these perfect versions anymore.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
apparently it's too much work and the profit is not sufficient. And I'm like, what do you mean? 95% of the game is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I would say overall, it's not a bad game per se. It's just a little bit boring and too easy.
It's bare bones.
It's bare bones. It feels like we said before, Kanto Light. So there's a lot of things that they rehash from the first generation.
Yeah.
At least they tried.
I mean, they tried, but then they release like what makes it sour for me is that they released Auras after these games, and Auras had everything that these games don't have, so they can't do it. They made Art Gold Soul Silver, they made Black and White and Black and White 2. They can obviously create good games, and then they release this.
Yes, it felt like it went like this, and then after that it went up again a little bit. But yeah, I felt like
Yeah.
it was like a transition period maybe.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this game a 4. I don't think it's a good Pokemon game overall. I
No.
think they tried to scrap so much. It felt for me like they were figuring out what can we scrap and still sell. And
Yes.
I don't know. I like the story. I like the story, even though it's a bit random with Team Flare. Taking over the Pokeball factory to steal Master Balls, while Lysander is a multi-billionaire and he can just not arouse suspicion from himself by just buying a couple. Like
Yeah.
it felt kind of reached. It felt kind of out there. We totally missed Team Flare.
Because they didn't do much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess. I mean, they're just a less cool Pokemon. They're just a less cool Team
Rocket.
Magma.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Wow, we actually missed that. Okay.
Your rival also is not very interesting.
Facts. Yeah, I said this during prep, but I kind of forgot what his name is, or her name is even.
Serena, because of the anime.
Oh wait, yeah, it's Serena. If you pick a guy,
Caleb.
Wow. Okay.
That I remembered.
Nah, I don't know. I like Selena in the anime, but
Yeah, the X and Y anime was good.
the X and Y anime saved the X and Y Pokemon line.
The fun thing is all those characters that were interesting in anime didn't come back in the game.
Except for in the game no,
Like-
but in the anime there was Elaine. He came back in the Pokemon Coronation series. That was actually pretty cool.
All the other guys,
Okay, guys, we are going to make a Pokemon a video about the Pokemon Coronation series and how they brought back none of the characters that were interesting. Don't you worry, we're gonna get to that eventually.
yes, for sure. But,
but-
let's finish this off. I would say also a 4.
Yeah,
It's not interesting enough. It
Okay.
was fun while it lasted, but that's it.
yeah.
That's the verdict.
Last question: are you gonna ever return to the game?
No.
No, me neither. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it also. I would say on to the next one.
On to the next one. See you guys.
Bye.